is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
Chu Aoki command requires you to...
Chu Aoki command requires you to scan structures the enemy is currently protecting. We believe valuable information is stored in these buildings. Depart with your full lance and scan these buildings. Use caution. A full lance of the hated Davians are protecting these structures. Fight with honor and bring glory to the warlord and to our divine coordinator. As the sun set, Nakiri Lance of the 3rd Company, 9th Dirian regulars emerged from the haze. Chu Aoki ordered his forces into the makeshift headquarters, determined not to fail his scanning mission. Bajord Lance scrambled to their mechs as they braced themselves for yet another showdown with the invaders. Turn 1. The spider leaps behind the building, keeping out of sight of the heavier mechs. The blackjack walks forward to provide direct fire support. The flea runs forward toward the closest structure. The centurion walks forward, followed closely by his lance leader in the warhammer. The Jenner dashes behind the building, setting up a run on the rearmost buildings. Enforcer pilot stands his ground, waiting for an opening. The Charger follows the Flea and Jenner. The Charger is forced to hold fire. Its small lasers do not have the range. The Flea fires on the Warhammer, hitting it with a large laser. The Centurion fires his autocannon, LRMs, and medium laser at the Flea, but misses with everything. The Blackjack cannot find a target. The Jenner and Spider complete their scans. The Warhammer fires on the tiny Flea with both PPCs. One of the PPCs rips through the thin head armor, destroying the cockpit, killing the Mechwarrior within instantly. The Enforcer holds his fire, unable to see a target. Turn 2. The Blackjack walks towards the Spider. The Jenner charges forward. The Enforcer runs up on the Charger while the Centurion backs away. The Charger runs forward while the Warhammer backs away with the Centurion, trying to block in the Charger. The Spider jumps into the rear of the Enforcer. The Blackjack flips his arms and fires both AC-2s at the Jenner, hitting it once. The Charger scans the nearest building. Denied his prey, the Enforcer is unable to fire on the Charger. The Centurion fires on the Charger with his AC-10, LRM, and medium laser, mostly hitting it in the center torso. The Warhammer also fires a PPC at the Charger, hitting it in the right leg. Turn 3. With most of the scanning completed, Chu Aoki orders the Jenner to finish the last scan while the rest of the Lance prepares to withdraw. He then wheels his Charger around and runs, angling to escape. The Spider jumps to join his Lance leader while the Jenner runs to hide behind the last building and starts his scan. The Enforcer stands still, lining up his shot on the Charger. The Centurion runs forward to back up his Lancemate, while the Blackjack takes up position trying to cut off the Jenner. The Warhammer moves, trying to get behind the fleeing Charger and Spider. The Enforcer fires on the Charger, hitting it with a large laser and a small laser. The Centurion also fires on the Charger, hitting it with its AC-10 and LRMs. The Spider has no targets in sight, as is the Blackjack, unable to fire. The Warhammer pilot lines up the Spider, but cannot get a clear shot. Unwilling to risk damage to the building or the occupants within, the Warhammer pilot holds his fire. The Charger fires at the Enforcer with all 5 of his small lasers, hitting him with 2 of them. Turn 4. The Enforcer stays still, ready to fire on the fleeing mechs. The Centurion turns in place to get a better view. The Spider races away at top speed, escaping before anyone can respond. The Warhammer turns the corner of the building just in time to see the Charger dash forward and out of the combat zone. The Blackjack stands still, trying to block the path of the Jenner. The Jenner runs, trying to get around the Blackjack. The Blackjack fires 4 medium lasers at the Jenner, hitting it with 3 of them. The Jenner returns fire on the Blackjack, also scoring 3 medium laser hits. The Warhammer turns and fires both PPCs at the Jenner, but this time misses. Turn 5. The Jenner races around the Blackjack, trying to escape. The Centurion walks forward to fire on the Jenner as the Warhammer runs, trying to catch up. The Blackjack turns to fire on the Jenner's rear. The Enforcer walks to fire on the Jenner. The Blackjack fires both AC-2s into the rear of the Jenner, hitting it but unable to penetrate the rear armor. The Jenner fires his SRM-4 at the Enforcer but misses. The Centurion fires on the Jenner with his AC-10, the autocannon round slamming into the right arm, ripping it completely off the mech. The Enforcer also fires on the Jenner, but misses with both his AC-10 and large laser. The Warhammer is still out of position to fire. Turn 6. The Warhammer runs forward to join in firing on the Jenner, but it is too late as the Jenner sprints ahead out of the combat zone and to safety. Aftermath. Covered by nightfall, Chu-E Aoki congratulated his surviving lance members on a job well done. While not a glorious battle victory, they had accomplished the task set to them. They had brought honor to their lance and glory to House Kurita, despite the loss of one of their own. Meanwhile, Fjord Lance had again repelled the invaders, protecting those placed in their care. Still, it was clear to them battle had not been their enemy's primary goal, and could only hope their efforts had prevented them from achieving whatever they had been really after. None of this mattered to the tech crew sent out to salvage the downed fleet. They set about the grim task of recovering the light mech, and what remained of its pilot.